Here we are at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon, New Hampshire for the running of the Sunoco 200 and the next stop on the northeast wing of the Pennzoil Truck Series. On pole for today's race is the one of Jonathan Rains, who was outside the 8th of Christian Parker. Then 30 of Michael Ferris, 4th Alan Bowman rang out the top 5 Racer. Then 60 of Trey Rainey, 2nd in points. 7th is Riley Spraytube, 8th is Gustavo Rocha, 9th Bubba Stern rang out the top 10, Griffin Lynn. Then for the rest of you, got Danny Bright, who's outside Keith Stevens. Then you got Christian Richardson and Cynthia Bright. Then you got Tim Gary and Greg Lee, along with Code Luigi and then Jeff Moses. Then Marco Chapez and Landon Fenway. Michael Canto and then Alex Stewart. And JJ Reed and Keegan Thompson, along with Isaac Nichols and then James Ryan. Then your points there, William Simmons starting towards the back of the pack, Justin Zidell will be to his inside. They got Justin Heath and Luke Rainey, along with Jonathan Beeford and Xavier Sullivan. Then Jennifer Beeford and Colton Young. Running out the field on the final round, Jack Henry will starting 35th, 36th here today, the 07 of Dylan Mills. At your starting lap, Jonathan Rains on pole. He leads to the green flag, which will go down track side and get the command.
In honor of the Highway Patrol's 75 years of service, gentlemen, start your engines.
Guys, go out there and have some fun today. Just like I said today in the meeting, you know, this is a good racetrack. It's a good place for us. I think the pit crew's ready to go. Let's go have some fun.
And 36 trucks, we're off the starting grid here at New Hampshire for a track that's normally and historically been a hard place to pass. Very hard to pass here. Usually single groove racetrack, but we've seen some pretty nasty spills here in the past. So pace truck into pit road, 30 laps around this 1 mile flat oval. They come down the front stretch, green flag waving, we're racing at New Hampshire. Down the backstretch, already getting tight, already battling hard, trying to get to the inside lane. Parker gets to the inside range through 3 and 4. Side by side for the race leads, they come off of 4. Can the outside lane work for Jonathan Rains? He does get a run off. Jonathan Rains clears, he leads lap 1. And now Ferris to the inside, that is for the second position. Michael Ferris trying to do everything he can to clear that 8 truck. He has a good run off of turn number 2. Pulls up alongside him, down the back stretch. Now the 8 has the driving up from the 1 up top. The 23 fighting hard in the inside lane. Dead even as they hit 3 and 4. Michael Ferris trying everything he can to clear the 8. Through 3 and 4 and off of 4. Michael Ferris, can he clear the 8? Not quite yet. Parker still keeping it tough on the outside lane. But the 5 not giving the help. Racer giving help to the 23. Michael Ferris drives it hard into turn 1. He clears for second. And now he's on the back bumper of the 1 coming down the backstretch off of 2. Ferris does have a little bit of a run here as they come down the backstretch. The battles for 3rd. See Racer Alan Bowman moves to the inside of the 66. Christian Parker stuck up top in the number 8. Trey Rainey the 18 down low. He's 2nd in points, remember. He's trying to gain points on your points there. Williams Hewan, who started towards the back of the field here today. I can see Seaman all the way back in the 30s. Still side by side for 3rd. Racer. Parker's not giving it up. Starts a run off the corner. Trying to clear. Down the backstretch he comes. And it looks like Christian Parker's giving it a clear right here in 3 and 4. Parker gets down line. He's 3rd. Ferris tried a little bit of a higher lane, trying to diamond the corner. Didn't quite get what he wanted there. He lost some ground to the number 1. Keith Stevens, a bold move to get out of line down in front of Riley Spraytube in that 62 truck. Riley Spraytube probably let him down there thinking it's too early to force the issue to go 3 wide or possibly stick your nose in there and maybe crash the field. Look at Mike. Oh, to the high side goes. Really loose up the track. Under braking for the 23, almost spins out. He might get to the outside of the 1 right here. Big time move for Michael Ferris. He's side by side on the outside lane with the 1 truck. And leads at the stripe. Michael Ferris to the race lead. But he has the 1 truck to his inside. Can he complete the pass on the outside lane? A mistake might just turn into a great move as they come down the backstretch. Ferris pulling the 1 truck. Michael Ferris clears. He's out front at New Hampshire. And Parker's coming for 2nd now to the inside of the 1. Maybe trying to crowd that 1 truck up the track. Rains way up the track, but trying to get the run off the top side. Racer looks to make it 3 wide. backs out of that. And this battle for second, allowing Michael Ferris to pull away just a little bit. They now come down the backstretch. Michael Ferris has won already this season, so if he wins, it would be his second win of the season. Not giving each other much space. Reigns and Parker leaning on each other. Down the front stretch. The 8-truck has a nose ahead. Now trying to clear the 1 entering turn 1. He has the run to do it. Can he pull up in front of that one of Jonathan Reigns? He's going to be able to. Racer going to try to follow through to third. So Parker is cleared, but now the 23's got to try and run down Michael Ferris, who's pulled away. Alan Bowman thinking about going to the inside lane. He might go to the middle lane. This Racer fights hard for third. And Christian Parker getting away. Alan Bowman trying to find out which way to go in the 66. That 1 truck fading from the pole. The 3 and 4. Keith Stevens could see inside the 66 of Alan Bowman right there. Stevens going to try and grab a top 5 spot. Racer noses ahead of the 1 truck down the front stretch. Can he lead this lap? He does by half a truck length. Excuse me, he didn't lead the lap, but he's ahead of the 1. Entering turn 1. And he's going to clear Jonathan Reigns. So the 5 truck now to third. The battle is for 4th. Keith Stevens moves to the inside of the 1. Down the backstretch they'll come. It looks like Reigns gets clear. Stevens gets clear. Now the front 10 pretty much clear. Although here's the battle for 8th. Riley Sprague who drives to the inside of Bubba Sir. That's 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. A 4-truck battle. And then got Greg Lee back there in 12th just watching. They're trying to catch Michael Ferris, who was pulled away. Let's go back and get an update on your points leader, William Seaman. He's back in the 32nd position. Not where he wants to be. He's on the outside lane. And not many trucks behind him. Justin Hinks to his inside. The 07 of Dylan Mills. They got Jennifer Beeford and Colton Yo as well. Let's go on board the 92 truck. See right here. Move being made in front of him. There's the guy who was second in points for pretty much most of this season coming in. The 2 of Jack Kenner Blaze faded. He's had some pretty bad runs. He's faded outside of the top 2 in points. Now he's back, and now he's going to fall even further back if it stays like this. Same with William Seaman. He's probably going to lose the points lead because Trey Rainey, who is right now second in points, currently being scored in the 7th position. As once again, Jonathan Reigns loses another spot. He gets passed by Keith Stevens. Stevens moves to 4th. Reigns back to 5th. Trey Rainey 7th. Riley Sprague Tube trying to hold off Danny Bright, who's gotten to the outside lane now. And don't confuse the $2 General trucks. That is Luigi in the 32 right there. The second $1 General truck coming into the picture. Trying to get by Greg Lee in the 99. Luigi right now running 13th. Greg Lee 12th. These two have really not had the seasons they've won in the Pennzoil Truck Series. Hoping to rebound here at this race at New Hampshire. Decent day so far. Going for them top 15. Maybe they can keep it going like that. Greg Lee's going to get stuck to the top of Griffin Lynn, but maybe the outside lane will work for him. Luigi drives it to the bottom lane. I mean, drives it to the bottom lane. That was a big, big dive bomb into 3 and 4. Now to 4-truck battle. Griffin Lynn, the 81, is right now 10th. This is 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Make it a 5-truck battle. Luke Rainey is joining number 88. Where has Rainey come from? He started towards the back of the field. But on the inside lane, he's worked his way forward. He's right now top 15 on track in the 14th position. 3 wide, entering the corner. Luigi to the bottom with Griffin Lynn and Greg Lee. Can they make this work? What a move by Luigi, but might only get him 1 spot as he pushes Griffin Lynn up the track. A little bit of contact between those two. And now they're side by side for that position as Griffin Lynn is now up top. Luigi is the one down low. Luke Rainey stayed to the high side, maybe thinking the 81 will get going. Up there, there's a battle. The 62, Keith Stevens, underneath the 5 for 3rd. And back there for a top 5, Alan Bowman trying to get by Jonathan Reigns. Halfway this time by. 15 laps to go. Michael Ferris showing the way. 3 wide once again. Beating and banging back there. Luke Rainey in the middle of it all. Luigi down low. And up top, still Griffin Lynn. Rainey might get 2 spots right here if he can hold in 1 and 2. But Luigi trying his hardest down low. This is a battle for the 12th position down the backstretch. Luke Rainey clears. He's to 12th. Luigi trying to clear for 13th. Griffin Lynn trying to keep that position. But Lynn up the track. Luigi gonna clear right here. As Griffin Lynn way up the track that time, out of the groove. So Luke Rainey gets 2 for 1 with that pass. He is now to the 12th position. Up at Greg Lee's 11th. Danny Bright 10th. Riley Spirley-Tube in 9th. As here's the battle for 6th. Alan Bowman got preoccupied with Jonathan Rains, and Trey Ray moves to the inside. Up ahead, there's the battle for 2nd. They have caught Christian Parker, Stevens, and Sir. And Stevens trying to gain that position from the 8. Coming to 13 laps to go. Still side by side for 2nd down the front stretch. As Trey Ray still trying to get by that 66 as they hit turn 1. The 62 still trying to get by the 8. Has the 5 as his pusher. Off of the corner, down the backstretch. They're letting this 23 get away. Michael Ferris has this race in hand as long as a caution doesn't come out, as long as nothing happens to that 23 truck. Off into 3 and 4, Keith Stevens. Beside Christian Parker. Parker with the run off the top might get clear right here. Back there, Trey Ray now getting swallowed up by Bubba Sir and some others. He was not able to complete the pass on Alan Bowman. Into turn 1, the 8 tried to get down. The 62 still down there. Now the 5 goes to the top side, maybe thinking he can gain his spot back. But the 8 slower off the corner. Down the back stretch. Yeah, the 8 truck had some trouble getting off the corner right there. It's allowed the 62 to get back to his inside. $11 laps to go. Keith Stevens has edged ahead, and he might clear him right here into 3 or into 1 and 2. Keith Stevens is now to the 2nd position, but does he have enough time to run down the 23 Michael Ferris and make a show out of it? How about Racer trying to get his 3rd position back? Trying to get beside Parker. Parker keeps that spot for now. Your first battle is, I would say, about 11th place. Luke Rainey, the 88, trying to get to the outside Greg Lee. That's for 11th. Lee trying to get to the inside Spirley-Tube for 10th. And they got Colucci there in 13th, just watching. Jeff Moses back there trying to go for 14th. This big battle down the front stretch. Luke Rainey trying to gain a spot from Greg Lee. As Lee's stuck on the bottom lane, Luke Rainey trying to use that high lane to his advantage. He has Code Luigi behind him, who's going to try and push him by that 99. And now down the backstretch. Bell's back for 3rd, back for 5th. Luke Rainey clears for the 11th position, trying to charge into the top 10 late. Here's the battle for 5th we talked about. Alan Bowman gets back aside. The 1 of Jonathan Rains, but Rains once again clears. Here's the battle for 3rd. Ray Sir and Christian Parker are side by side once again. Sir trying to take it. Down the backstretch they come. Still side by side for 3rd. 8 truck gets it back for now, but the 5 charges hard to the bottom. And Christian Parker keeps 3rd. Racer not able to get it done right there, so they're stacked up. 5th on back. Jonathan Rains really holding up the 66, the 18, some others. Alan Bowman jumps to the inside lane once again. This is once again the battle for 5th position. No one's been able to get by that 1 truck. Look around and see 7 laps to go this time. It's like the 99 Greg Lee now he's fading. The 32 has gone by him for 12th. And now the 33 Jeff Moses is going to try and go for 13th on that 99. So Greg Lee may have worn the tires off of it, trying to stay ahead of some of those guys. Battle for 10th. Luke Rainey trying to break his way into the top 10. As we've mentioned, his only top 10s this season are his 2 victories. So he's trying to break that and get a good run here today at New Hampshire, the Sunoco 200. But we're running out of time. 7 laps to go. The battle for 5th once again. Rains goes up the track. Alan Bowman to the bottom. Trey Ray thinking maybe the outside's going to work. He goes with the 1 truck. Bubba Sir trying to get back up top as well. But the 39 is out there just a little bit. Luke Rainey peaks low on Riley Spirley-Tube for 10th. Trey Ray trying to gain that 6th spot from Alan Bowman. Bowman keeps it. 6 laps of racing to go. Battle's all over inside the top 10 now. Bubba Sir to the inside. Trey Rainey. Up behind them, Riley Spirley-Tube in the 9. Luke Rainey, the 88, goes to the bottom lane. There's less trucks down there. Might roll a little bit better. Luke Rainey now to the top 10, but not quite yet. As here comes the 9 charging back top. Look around, see 5 laps to go this time. And we're showing this big battle back here because there are no battles for the race lead. Keith Stevens not able to run down Michael Ferris. 5 laps to go. If the yellow comes out, the race is over. 5 laps to go at New Hampshire. Bubba Sir's just gotten by Trey Rainey for the 7th position. Rainey kicked back to 8th. Then the other Rainey going for 9th and 8th as well. Luke Rainey gets by Danny Bright for the 9th position. Now for 8th, he's trying to get by Trey Rainey. Luigi trying to break his way into the top 10. He's up to 11th. Jeff Moses following that 32 as well. Luke Rainey still trying to get by the 39, entering 3 and 4. Come around, see 4 laps to go this time. Once again, still side by side. 4 laps of racing to go. Racer had a peak for the 8 of Christian Parker, but could not get anything done with that. Battle still for 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, about back to 15th. We'll go back up ahead to the race lead, which is close just a little bit, coming to 3 laps to go. Keith Stevens has run down Michael Ferris, but I believe it's going to be just a little too late for that. Coming around to see 3 laps of racing to go. It's a 2-truck race at the front. Behind them, huge battles. 3 laps to go at New Hampshire, the Sunoco 200. Who's going to win the Magic Mile? Who has had the magical setup here today? Down the backstretch, Michael Ferris has led most of this race, trying to cap it off with a victory. They're coming around to see 2 laps to go this time. Keith Stevens, the gap stabilizing. The 23 keeping that gap constant with now 2 laps of racing to go. Alan Bowman up the track in the 66 as Bubba Sir in the 30 gets beside him. Sir will grab the 6th position from the 66. And some big battles back here. Luke Green is not able to get by Raspberry to be falls back. Luigi now stuck up top as the 33 gets to his inside. So a lot of changes, or a lot of places going to be changed here. Racer trying to get by the 8 of Christian Parker for 3rd once again. They head down the backstretch to see the white flag this time. Michael Ferris on the 23, the one out front. They come up at 4. White flag for the 23. One more time around New Hampshire. 1 mile left. A lot of battles inside the top 10 now. It's the final lap of the race. Ferris a little bit slower through 1 and 2. Keith Stevens does close in down the backstretch. It's going to take a Hail Mary out of Keith Stevens going into 3 and 4. Does he get the bumper to the 23? Here they come into 3. Stevens using a higher lane, trying to get to him. It's not going to happen. Off 4, Michael Ferris will dominate the Sunoco 200 at New Hampshire. He'll hold off Keith Stevens. He wins here at New Hampshire. Stevens 2nd. 3rd, Christian Parker kept it. And Michael Ferris' 2nd victory of the season, and this all but guarantees him a spot in the Pennzoil Truck Series Season number 3 chase, and that'll be some big bonus points for that 23 team heading into that chase. Let's now go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Sunoco 200 in New Hampshire. There were no caution flags, and there was 1 lead change among 2 different drivers. Michael Ferris leading 26 of the 30 laps to get to victory lane here today. Keith Stevens tried to run him down there at the end, but couldn't. He ends up 2nd. Christian Parker held off Racer for 3rd. Sir ends up 4th. And Jonathan Reigns, who started on pole, was your other leader of this race. He ends up 5th, leading 4 laps. Then Bubba Sir ends up 6th. Trey Rainey in 7th. He does not get the points lead, though. 8th, Alan Bowman. 9th, Danny Bright. And Riley Sprague rounds out the top 10. So there's your top 20. Luke Rainey almost broke his way into the top 10. Still trying to break that curse. His only top 10. Still his only wins this season. He ends up 11th here today. A decent result for that team. And we see your points leader in the 92. William Seaman ends up 23rd. He gained spots there at the end. That's why he is still your points leader up to 23rd. When we looked at him, he was back in the 32nd position. So great job there by William Seaman to gain spots. Let's go look at the point standings. Here are points after New Hampshire. William Seaman keeps that point lead, but finally 9 points now as Trey Rainey has closed it down after having another great result. He has 6 top 10s on the season, the most of anyone. Jeff Moses is now up to 3rd. Somehow that 33 truck has come to life here as of late. JJ Reed is 4th, and Cynthia Bright rounds out the top 5. They got Michael Ferris in 6th with his 2nd victory of the season. Christian Richardson in 7th. Jack Cameron was fallen to 8th after some dismal performances as of late. Griffin Lynn, your Daytona winner, 9th. And rounding out the top 10, Danny Bright. So there's your top 20. So we have 8 different winners this season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are in the top 20. In points, you have to be top 25 in order to advance to the chase if you have a victory. Luke Rainey, your lowest in the top 20, 13th with 2 victories. Look down at the rest. Another victor, Jennifer Buford, not in the top 25, down the 34th position. She needs a lot of help and probably another victory to get up there. And the person who holds the cut line has a win. Jonathan Buford holding the cut line by 7 points over Christian Parker. Buford has 1 victory, so he would be in the chase. Right now, if it were to start, that would be 7 drivers in the chase. Remember, 10 drivers make the chase. So if this were This is just hypothetically speaking. If there were 7 winners that got in, the rest would be filled by points drivers. So Williams team, of course, being the points leader, even if there are 10 winners, overrules someone with the win. So Seaman automatically would get in no matter what. So you want to be the points leader if you don't have a win. So it'd be Williams Seaman, Jeff Moses, and JJ Reed that would get in if we were to go off of points as well. So the next race will be another Northeast race, the Pocono 200 at Pocono Raceway. See you guys then.